Hey, yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another video. We got some notable movements with some stocks like Meta, Broadcom. Broadcom got earnings today, so keep that on your radar. We got Google. Tesla is down, going to the downside. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that. Apple and Nvidia's not really kind of losing the hype that we had recently, but we're going to be talking more about that because Nvidia can move with the Broadcom earnings today. But we have a lot to cover. Let's get started with the video. Hope you guys are having a great day. Subscribe. Let us get to 500 subs, and let's get started with the video. So first off, I want to start off by looking at the SPY because we have been bouncing around a certain range. Because honestly, we did have some hype and we were just going upwards consistently. But now recently, we're kind of seeing a little bit of a consolidation. So honestly, a lot of people were hype about trade tensions getting, a little bit relief in the trade war, basically overall. Maybe getting some more deals potentially and stuff like that. But now we're kind of just bouncing up and down. So with that being said, I think we're just going to start bouncing up and down until we get actual good trade deals. So now, honestly, I think we're in a news driven market and we just need good news and or bad news to move past a certain range. So look at the 598 to the 595 level. If we can break below this, we could probably go to the downside a little bit more. And or if we can start breaking upwards, look at that 598. And if we can finally break above that, you could look at the 600 as a next key level. So honestly, just have your patience with trading overall. So let's get into some news and I'll give you guys some supports and resistance and some plays. And if you guys stay until the end of the video, I'm going to be giving you guys 7 stocks that are great for day trading right now and maybe even until the next week. So let's get started with the video. Hope you guys enjoy. This is for anybody that wants to take their trading to the next level. I made an option course. First link in the description below. It tells you guys everything that you guys need to know to become profitable and everything that you guys need to know about option plays in general. No matter if you guys are new to options, experienced, this is going to help anybody out and you're going to make your money back within the first trading day. Thank you. So we do have some futures slipping right now because optimism on trade wears thin. So we did get a promise of trade deals, but now they're not really looking as promising as we thought they would. We're getting some issues with China, but deals are kind of getting made, but it's just for said from the White House themselves, it is pretty hard to make trades with them. And honestly, just not really getting any direct deals right now. So keep that on mind and on radar for the next coming days, because that can really change where we're going. That can make us go to the downside, honestly, if we don't get good news soon. Next one is going to be global energy investment set to hit record 3.3 trillion. Have global energy stocks on your radar to the upside, because with the data centers and everything like that, energy stocks is going to be going to the upside. So some things to watch. So right now we are mixed performance with the trade concerns and job data. US stocks showed modest gains, but wavered due to President Trump's announcement to double tariffs on imported steel and aluminum to 50%, raising concerns about trade policy impacts. And people are saying that they're going to retaliate a little bit and to kind of cancel the 50% now. But the Dow Jones average fell 91.9 points, down 0.22%, ending a 4-day winning streak, while the S&P 500 edged up 0.01%, which isn't really that much, and showing that we're kind of just up and down right now. The NASDAQ composed rose 0.32% and driven by the tech sector resilience. Weak jobs data, so private sector hiring hit its lowest level in over 2 years, fueling worries about trade policy, uncertainty weighing on U.S. economy. Stronger than expected jobs opening data provided some optimism, but the labor market showed signs of slowing with increased layoffs. Tech sector strength, so gains in chip makers like Nvidia, Broadcom. Micron Technology supported the NASDAQ, with Nvidia up 2.9% and Broadcom hitting a record high after announcing new AI-focused networking chip. So keep Broadcom on your radar as well. Trade tensions with China, so Trump's overnight Truth Social post signal installed U.S.-China trade talks, added volatility through markets, particularly shrugged off these concerns. Treasury yields and Fed expectations, so Treasury rallied as weaker economic data reinforced speculation of at least 2 Federal Reserve rate cuts in 2025 to prevent a recession, supporting bond market gains. Sector declines, so energy stocks like Valero Energy and Phillips 66 fell over 3%, each dragging the sector down by 5% year to date. Wells Fargo boost, the bank stock rose 2.5% after Federal Reserve lifted its asset cap, allowing growth following government's improvements. So sentiment overall, man. So we're showing a risk-on environment driven by tariff delay optimism, strong U.S. job openings data, and no immediate geopolitical flare-ups. However, weak job numbers later in the day tempered gains. Earnings reports. One earnings that I want to watch is Dollar Tree because Dollar General and Dollar Tree kind of itched up a little bit yesterday. Other retail sector stocks may react to Dollar Tree's earnings, providing clues about consumer spending amid tariff and economic uncertainty. So market sentiment overall, the US market is navigating a delicate balance between optimism from potential Fed rate cuts and concerns over tariffs and slowing labor market. So after the overall summary, man, look at those levels that I showed a little bit earlier on SPY. Have your time trading. It is Thursday, so if you guys are trading individual stocks like Apple and Nvidia, I do recommend getting at least 2 days, or sorry, 2 weeks option plays. Don't just get that risk off. With that being said, man, Apple is falling down a decent amount. So next level that I do want to watch for Apple overall is that 200 level. If you break below that 200 level, look at 199.5, 198.5, and 197, and then 195, and then all the way down to that 190 level. To the upside, if we can hold that 200 level, look at that 202. Past that 202, look at 202.5. 203.5, and then all the way up to the highs of like 206.5, and then past the 206.5, look at that 210 level next. Honestly, Apple has been struggling a little bit, but we do have an event June 9th that can maybe potentially bring Apple stock up. So keep that on your radar overall. Nvidia, just like everything else, man, we're kind of up and down right now with a big stock like Nvidia and SPY, but we do have some stocks breaking out, and we're going to be showing you guys those stocks later on. But honestly, man, look at that 142, 142.5. Past that, look at 145 and that 150 level for Nvidia overall. If we can make a break to the upside, to the downside, look at 141, 140.5, and then all the way down to that 140 level. If we break below that, which we almost did, but we kind of bounced back instantly yesterday, look at that 139.5, 139 flat, and then 135, and then 130 for Nvidia. But honestly, just have your patience with Nvidia. There's not too much hype in Nvidia. So honestly, look at the range of like 142.5 and then all the way down to the 140.5. Look at these two levels. And if we could break past that, we might be to the upside. If we break below that, we might be going to the downside, but also expect bounces on those levels as well. Next one is going to be Palantir. We are losing a little bit of hype. We did go up to like 135 and then just sell off instantly. like it was an insane sell-off. If you guys had a put option, good job. But to the upside, look at that 130. If we could break past that, look at 131.5, 132.5, and then that 135 level. And if we could break above that, look at 140. To the downside, look at 128.5, 127.5, 125, and that 120 level for Palantir. Take your time, please. This is a stock that I have waiting later on, but I am looking at it to the downside for now, unless, some news or something like that comes out and it starts driving Tesla stock upwards. So honestly, man, Tesla stock is one of those that you do want to trade to the downside, but at the same time, watch the 327.5 level. If you can break below that, you can go to the downside even more. But honestly, this one is one that you want to take your time on. Next one is going to be Amazon. We has been itching up a little bit, but honestly, just slowly, So you can look at Amazon to the upside for now, but look at 207.5, 208, and then all the way up to that 210 level for Amazon. To the downside, man, look at 206.5, and then 205, and then 200 for Amazon overall. Next is going to be Bitcoin. We are kind of looking bearish once again, but honestly, we look bearish and then we start bouncing up again, and then we look bearish and then we start bouncing up again. So honestly, look at like that 104 all the way down to that 103. If we go break below that, look at 102, 101, and that 100. I don't think we can get lower than 95,000, but potentially we can. But honestly, the lowest that we can probably get right now with Bitcoin is like 97 to that $95,000 level. But some stocks to trade and some stocks to look at is MSTR, Coinbase. And if you guys don't want to risk too much money, you guys can look at the ETF that moves exactly with Bitcoin, IBIT. The options are pretty cheap. And honestly, man, like 2 weeks ahead, it's like 150 bucks. Not too expensive and not too bad to trade. So I do recommend getting it into IBIT. And finally, let's talk about Broadcom, because Broadcom has been itching up and it's still looking pretty bullish. They did come out with that AI, like I said earlier, and honestly, still looking pretty decent. We do have earnings today after market close, so keep that on your radar. Some other estimates is 1.569, and then the revenue is 14.96 billion. So keep Broadcom on your radar. But honestly, I do recommend trading it after earnings, just in case if it does start going down. You could also trade other chip stocks, AMD, NVIDIA, the other stocks I'm going to be mentioning later on. You can also trade those based on how Broadcom moves after earnings. But honestly, earnings is a 50-50, and I don't recommend trading earnings. Okay, it's basically gambling. So if you guys are into gambling, you guys can. But honestly, man, just have your patience, trade afterwards. So tomorrow, Friday, honestly, Friday after the weeks, it's kind of insane because you can get some good news or bad news over the week too. So I think weekly trades is also gambling too. But sometimes you can make a decent amount of money on a Monday and you can trade with your profits. Now, let's talk about some stocks to watch today, especially for day trading. This is great for the rest of the week and even next week, honestly. So let's get started. So first one is going to be Applied Digital Corporation. So basically, they recently came out with a deal with CoreWeave and honestly has been spiking up a decent amount. So keep this on your radar, especially to the upside. It's only 14 bucks and they even have options to trade. And honestly, options aren't too expensive. So I do recommend getting into this one, especially to the upside for now. And if it starts going down, it can go all the way down to like the $10 level. Honestly, this stock used to be at 7 bucks. If you trade at 7 bucks, you got 2x your money already buying shares. So next one's gonna be CoreWeave. It has been moving with the AI hype and had some deals with NVIDIA. So been moving to the upside. It's been moving a decent amount. I'm looking at this one as the next NVIDIA, but honestly, all of this hype can end. Like I said earlier in the video, basically, if we get one bad news headline, all of these stocks can go down. People are going to start selling out of this, maybe going into staples and or even crypto. So honestly, to the upside for now, unless we get some bad news. And honestly, man, this one to the upside for now. The premiums on these options are kind of insane. So honestly, take your time with this and please understand that direct move that you want to trade. But you can make a lot of money on CoreWeave. So I do recommend trading CoreWeave. Next one is going to be Tesla, and Tesla to the downside. Tesla has been getting some bad news. Elon Musk has been getting more hate, but Elon Musk is full-time back in the Tesla. So honestly, just keep an eye on his posts because sometimes he posts some good things about his stock on X. And honestly, right now he's more more into hating Trump low key. There's some beef going on. So honestly, man, keep Tesla to the downside for now and watch the 325, 320 and the levels even more to the downside for Tesla overall. Next one is going to be Marvel and then ticker symbol MRVL. And look at this one to the upside. Basically, man, it is up 6%. And why is it moving? So a semiconductor company is likely benefiting from the continued strength in the semiconductor sector. And honestly, a lot of semiconductors and AI stocks are going up, which has seen momentum from AI and data center demand. The broader tech sector has been volatile, but upward trending due to positive earnings from companies like NVIDIA and optimism around AI infrastructure. So honestly, keep this on your radar. But honestly, Broadcom, if you guys don't know, Broadcom is basically another semiconductor company and they're reporting earnings today after market close. So keep that on your radar for AI stocks. If that one goes down, these ones are going to go down too. But if Broadcom goes up, these are going to go up as well. Next one is going to be NXPL and basically NXP Semiconductors, and it's up 6% as well, 5.5% honestly. But why is it moving? So semiconductor like Marvel and NXPL is riding a semiconductor wave. So kind of the same thing with the AI and automotive chip demand. And recent market updates suggest semiconductors are getting traction. Next one is going to be AppLovin. People know this one for sure, but honestly, right now we're trading at around the 420 level and honestly still going up even after hours. So AppLovin, so it is up 4.5%. And then AppLovin, a mobile technology company, is likely seeing movement due to exposure to digital advertisement and gaming, which are sensitive to consumer sentiment and tech sector trends. So positive consumer confidence data. Consumer confidence data is rising to 98 in May, and easing trade tensions may be boosting tech stocks with growing potential. So look at AppLovin to the upside as well. Next one is going to be Palantir, and Palantir is up 5.3% over the last 5 days with a 74.5% year-to-date gain. A lot of people know about Palantir. It is moving pretty good. Got some good deals, but honestly, we did indeed break upwards, but now we kind of broke downwards back to the 130. So honestly, look at Palantir up or down. We got some gaps to fill upwards and some gaps to fill downwards. So look at Palantir. If it goes to the upside, 135, we can break past that. We could probably get to 140 to the downside, man. Look at 128. 126 and all the way down to the 120 level. Palantir is moving pretty good. Palantir surge is tied to strong earnings and optimism around AI-driven data analytics platform. The company contracts with the government and enterprise clients, combined with the AI hype, has fueled significant volatility in value, ideal for day trading. And this is pretty good. And it is showing that Palantir's momentum, making it a community favorite for traders. And honestly, stocks that people are looking at is honestly going to be great, especially with a lot of volume and hype around it. And it's great for day trading up or down. Just look for a certain movement and trade against the movement. Not against the movement, sorry, trade with the movement. Next one is going to be ASTS, and it's AST Space Mobile. So it is up 13.9% intraday, which is insane. And why is it moving? So a satellite to smartphone communication company is seeing strong technical movement, likely driven by news or speculation around partnerships or technology advancements in its space-based broad network. Its high intraday move and volume make it a prime candidate for day traders seeking quick profits. So keep this one on your radar. With that being said, though, man, the overall stock market, man, we are looking like we're losing a little bit of steam, but we can always break upwards or downwards after this. So honestly, just take your time trading today and honestly just trade with the market. Have your day trades ready and let's have a great day. Let me know what stocks you guys are trading. Smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. And honestly, man, let's get to 500 subs. Peace out, guys.